Hello and welcome back to Legacy of Leaders, where we interview the brightest and most interesting leaders around, and today is no different. I'm your host, Whitney Mincey, joined by a very special guest, Mr. Greg Kirkham from Wells Digital Media. Welcome.
Why, thank you, Whitney. Glad to be here.
I'm so glad to have you here because you are a great person to be talking about leadership with today. So for those that are not familiar with Wells Digital Media, first tell us about your company and what you guys do.
Yeah, we've been around for 16 years. We've worked with thousands of clients to be able to scale and grow their businesses.
And you're helping them with digital marketing in particular?
Yeah, we work with them in digital marketing as well as video services, web design. We're full service, really. And now we're working with agencies to actually grow their business so that we can help more people.
Yeah. And so I know you've got a long list of accolades that make you the perfect person to help any leader grow their business. So tell us a little bit about your experience and how you gained all of this knowledge that you have.
Yeah, I own over 60 businesses.
How do you have the time?
Luckily, I don't.
Okay.
But I do have great people to be able to manage those.
Yes.
I've owned 7 marketing agencies, including Wells Digital.
Wow.
Helping in different spheres. And, you know, different needs for different clients.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. And so helping all of these dozens and dozens of businesses, what have you found to be the biggest problem in leadership with most businesses?
I'd say emotional intelligence. I know that's the go-to for everybody nowadays, right? But true emotional intelligence. Your employees are your people. They are people with families, with people to support and bills to pay. And it's the leader's responsibility to be able to help guide the company in a way that's going to help them continue to have that income and be able to grow professionally.
Yeah. So what advice can you give a leader that wants to increase emotional intelligence among their leadership staff, among their employees, and they don't know where to start?
It all starts with hiring the right people.
Oh, okay.
Making sure that they have some sort of gauge for emotional intelligence as well as their capabilities with the jobs that you're hiring them to do, right? If you are planning on hiring somebody that's going to be managing other people, they need to be able to manage effectively in a way that's going to drive people to be successful to begin with.
Absolutely. So are there red flags when you're hiring someone? You want a really good leader that has strong emotional intelligence. What are the red flags or the green flags that you might look for?
Yeah, for me, I look for people, if they're focused more outward than inward, well, I guess I should say if they are more focused on their people, but also very introspective in their own behaviors.
Yeah,
that's
that
something
makes
to look
sense.
for. That way, you know, while they're delegating, while they're building other people's careers, because really that's how you get ahead.
Right.
They're very aware of how they're impacting the people around them.
Yeah. And that makes a lot of sense, because if you're not aware of how people are being impacted, then when you're trying to push things like new processes, procedures, push people to meet their sales goals, it's probably not going to be as successful, right?
Definitely not.
Yeah.
No, because there's no motivation really outside of the monetary at that point. There's no investment for them as individuals. They don't feel appreciated. And so most likely they're going to just kind of go through the motions versus looking for the opportunities that are actually going to move the dial. Very rarely is that dial moved by the way that the leaders are delegating.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah. Well, the majority of the time, even though the leader might lay out a strategy for growth, the majority of the time it's actually driven through the employees and their feedback. Because they're the ones that are in direct contact with the clients. So by gathering that feedback and being aware of those employees that can actually provide that, they feel more welcome to be able to come to the leaders to offer that.
And the feedback is just so crucial to improving across the company.
Absolutely. Yeah, a feedback loop is essential.
Yes. Yes. Well, thank you so much for sharing that, Greg. I mean, you're an expert on helping businesses grow, expand, scale, and taking care of your people is where it starts, right?
Absolutely, 100%.
Well, if you want to learn more about Greg and Wells Digital Media, make sure you head over to dailynewsnetwork.com. All of their information will be listed there, and we will see you next time on Legacy of Leaders.